So yeah, every character, they all have like a natural rhythm to um, how they shoot their gun, and then also the rhythm of how you move while you're shooting. And every gun has a different rhythm. Um, every gun is a different projectile with a different size, a different speed, a different amount of damage that gets dealt. And so, you know, if you want to get good at a character, you just, you know, one way you could figure out like the rhythm of a character is pretty much just come in here in the training range and find a good spot where you have like 3 or 4 enemies you can constantly shoot at, and you just hold R2 the whole time, and you just get as many kills as you can. And so if you just hold R2 and just get as many kills as you can, you're working with the rhythm of your projectile. Because every projectile has different size, damage, and speed. You know, holding down R2 and consistently doing damage, that rhythm is going to be different for every character. You know, think about Lucio. Think about how fast Lucio moves around, and how kind of weak Lucio's gun is. I mean, I think Lucio's gun is a little bit stronger than I think think. But I mean, at least at long range, Lucio's gun is terrible. But and also, you know, like Lucio's gun does that spread. It does, you know, it does a perfect circular spread the farther it travels.
Kill confirmed.
And Lucio's also moving around a lot faster than other people, so that rhythm you find with a character and how they move and how they shoot, it's different for every character. And to be honest, it's kind of hard to show
not the first, not
on
the last.
Anna, unless I upgrade her perk. Anyways, talking a lot about the movement and projectile rhythm of every character is different. And so basically how that relates to the crosshairs is you want to customize your crosshairs
Justice delivered.
to the rhythm of each player. And the way that you do that is you want to customize the size of your crosshairs. You want to customize the center gap of your crosshairs, and you want to customize the rotation of your crosshairs. As you could see, I play with some crazy rotation, and changing the rotation, it doesn't serve only.
The Eye of Horus watches over you.
It doesn't serve only to the rhythm of the player. Rotating your crosshairs to some crazy angle is also another way to do what I've been saying before, and that's just to create a fresh new game. And just to make you look at it differently, and just to make you think of it differently. But this is why, let me show you why I rotate my crosshairs the way I do. Because when I'm Anna, I'm expecting to do this a lot. If you see where my crosshairs are now, and you see the sniper bot northeast, right? Okay. Well, I know I have to take a lot of these shots with Anna from this angle that I'm looking at right now. And so, and that's another thing about the rhythm of a character, is like they all have typical angles that they shoot at. And so the way my crosshairs are set up now, if you look at the north-south crosshairs, they're rotated. They're rotated what? 10 or 12, 15 degrees to the right. Okay. Look at the north-south. That's an angle that I like to track a lot. So instead of moving up and down, I'm gonna move parallel to the north and south. So look at me. See that? See, I'm moving in the direction. I'm moving in the direction that my crosshairs are rotated at. So I'm here, and I take that angle. That was terrible. Here, take that angle. Here, take that angle. And so here's another. And so those were the north-south. And if you look, like this is a good angle to show the east-west. So if you look at the sniper bot where it is now, and you look at my crosshairs, I'm gonna track along my east-west crosshairs. Boom.
The Eye of Horus watches over you.
And so, you know, that's another thing about rotating your crosshairs, is like maybe your tracking angles aren't good. Maybe your tracking angles are garbage. Maybe my tracking angles are garbage. So if you just go switch your crosshairs to some random rotation, it might teach you how to track at a different angle. So you can either just go in and just rotate it to the 36 degrees, which that's, if you go rotate and you just rotate it one spin, that's the first default, 36 degrees. I think 36 degrees is kind of, I think 36 degrees is kind of silly for the way I want to track. But regardless, just choosing a random rotation, you know, again, going to give you that fresh look at the game, and then you're going to start tracking on angles that that maybe you haven't tracked at before. And so I'm liking this Anna site. I actually think my rotation needs to be changed like 2 degrees to the left, and I can't tell if I want a smaller crosshair or a bigger crosshair. I think I want a bigger crosshair, slightly bigger crosshair. So Anna, advanced, wrong advanced. So rotation. Yeah, so I guessed 12 to 15 degrees. It was at 11 degrees, I think. Wait, am I doing? Yeah, 11 degrees, because 90 degrees plus 11 degrees is 101. So I want to move it. I'm going to move it 3 degrees, 98 degrees. I think that might have been a band in the 90s. They were like a Timu version. Yeah, I really like this. Yeah, I just like rotated those crosshairs like 3 degrees, and I just started acquiring targets so fucking fast. And then before, I couldn't decide if I wanted a bigger or smaller center gap on my crosshairs, but now that I changed the degrees, I think it's just about perfect where it is. Actually, I think I think the crosshairs are kind of getting in the way a little bit, so I'm gonna go ahead and make the length 69, baby.
I am unbreakable.
So yeah, that's crosshair rotation, and every character, you know that your crosshair rotation might be a little bit different with every character. So the way I have them set up now, I can use this to track along the north-south. So I can, if I need to track up, if I need to track down, if I need to track left to right, if I need to track right to left. So I tracked left to right, track right to left. So basically those crosshairs
أنا محدش يقدر عليا.
are rotated to the angles that I already like to move at. And you just got to keep adjusting them until it feels right. So yeah, I'll stop this one here, and then I'll go get like Torbjorn or another character, and I'll look at the rotation on Torbjorn. It'll be a little bit different than what I have for Anna.